Hello everybody, welcome to Country Girl. My name's Kat, and today we are going to continue with our succession planting of onions. Now, if you remember correctly, we planted some onions a couple of weeks ago, which are still underneath the lights, but they're off of the heating mats. So today we're going to plant the next group of onions. And the first group were all Pattersons. This time I'm going to plant some sweet white Spanish and some Walla Wallas. Now, if you're planting on a tray like this, make sure that the germination dates on them are about the same. And these both say 7 to 14 days. Because you don't want half your tray to come up and the other half to still be under and not germinate. Because that means they'll be keeping this side too long on the heating mats. So we're going to get busy and we're going to plant these. The way I keep track of them is I use frog tape. Just write on here what the name of it is, what date it is, and then put it, I'm going to do 3 rows, so this covers 3 rows. So now I know that this part is Walla Walla. And I do the same with the white Spanish. That way, there's no trying to keep track of paper and all this. I know some people use duct tape. I don't like duct tape for the fact is that it leaves a residue on your trays. And you're going to be using these trays over and over again. So it's best not to have any extra residue on them. So let's start with the Walla Wallas. With onions, you don't have to worry about putting too many in the cell because they are very forgiving and they will break up. You can break them apart very easily. So I'm going to put probably about 3 or 4 per cell. And I'm going to do 3 cells, 3 rows. Now, make sure you tap this down good. Last time I showed you how I put the boiling water in my starting mix to kill any of the fungi that's in there. I already did that, and this is already cooled down, so it's all ready for the seeds. And don't worry if you get a whole bunch in some or just a little in some. It doesn't matter. Like I said, they're very forgiving. They will easily be divided. You just have to remember which ones you planned in, which ones you didn't. Very, very simple. In about another week, I'll plant another flat like this, so that we'll have a sensation throughout the summer. Normally I wouldn't put this many in, but as you remember, I ordered the greenhouse and it's supposed to be delivered. Well, actually it should be delivered by the time you see this video. Like I said, this is my first year doing the seeds. So that's it on my onions. And what I like about these is that they do separate. So whatever I put on this half, if it takes longer to germinate or if they germinate faster, I can just divide it and put them into a tray. But what I'm going to plant on this side, we'll get to that in just a little bit. Right now I'm going to show you what our onions look like that we planted last week or 2 weeks ago. Okay, on this other side, I am going to plant some petunia flowers. I usually don't plant flowers inside. I usually plant them directly outside. And I've never tried petunias before. I actually had some come up last year from seed that had just fallen on the ground. And so I decided that instead of buying petunias this year, we are going to plant our own. Now these seeds are really, really fine. Very, very small. So there's no just planting one or two into a group. We're gonna just put a few in. Now they say 1/4 of an inch deep, but these are so fine that I think I'm just going to press down on them and good thing I want lots of petunias. I'm gonna roll them. If all these come up, we're going to have plenty of petunias. Okay, just press them down so they have good soil contact. And we will put these on the heating mat and under the light. All right. Put the humidity dome on. That will keep the moisture in, so they will have plenty of moisture. Now we'll go on to the next thing we're going to do. And I bought this planter, but you notice it doesn't have any hose in it. So we're going to use my trusty little soldering gun and make 2 little holes in here. Yeah, we'll make 3. Quickest, easiest way to do this is with this little iron thing. It works beautifully. Okay. Now for this, we're going to use regular potting soil. And I got these tulips and daffodils on sale for half price. And I found last year, I bought them at half price, and I've got tulips downstairs just about ready to bloom in a pot. So it's too snowy and frozen to plant them outside right now, but I can put them in this container and put them out on the back porch, on the enclosed porch, which is gets enough sun. That's really nice. So I'm gonna do. Now I bought both tulips and daffodils last year. I put the daffodils outside for the summer, and couldn't figure out why the raccoons kept digging up the that container until come spring. And now I'm going, where's my daffodils? And then I remembered they were in that container, and therefore I don't have any more daffodils because that's what they were after. See, these bulbs are already sprouted, so that's really good for me. It means that'll do just beautifully in here. I'm putting them really close together because this is where they'll stay. They're going to be in there, and I want them to be close. I want them to really look pretty and support each other when they're when they do bloom. So I'm putting all of them in here. Some of the bulbs aren't that great, but most of them are pretty doggone good. So we'll just pop them in there. Put some soil on top of them. Being careful not to knock off any of the new growth. And it won't be but a little bit, and they will be showing through, and we should have tulips. And next year, now I got them in the greenhouse, I will keep them out in the greenhouse throughout the summer so that nothing, the raccoons and stuff don't get to them to eat them. And then I should be able to have spring bulbs early next year from the greenhouse, like I have downstairs. They're not blooming yet, they're getting ready to. So there are the tulips, and I'll put a marker in them and mark them the same way I do this in just a little bit. And then we're going to do daffodils in this one. I love this room. I can be as messy as I want in here and don't have to worry about it. If company comes, close the door, and they don't know it, that I've been in here enjoying my hobby. Alright, that's a good call, because there's not as many bulbs here. Again, we're putting them all in the same, and plant them so the bottom, the root area is down and the little nosy part is up. Again, we're crowding them in because this is where it'd be, and I want it to be a good, I don't want just one little daffodil in here. I want it to be nice and faux. As if they've been out in nature and this is where they're going to be for a while. You don't fill them all the way up to the rim. You leave yourself about an inch from the top on both of them, because this is going to settle a little bit when it gets watered, and then you want to be able to add water, add more soil to the top of it. water them well. They don't need any heat or anything to germinate. They're going to be fine. And it didn't sink down as much as I thought, so it's fine. So just put them in a fairly warm spot so they can continue growing. And you should have daffodils yet this year. All right. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, subscribe to the channel. Give it a thumbs up. There's a little thumbs up button. Click that. It tells the YouTube people that you enjoy watching it and you would like to see more of it. Hit the bell icon. That way you'll know the next time I'm producing a video. And I try to put the Country Girl videos out every Monday. And remember to dream big and follow that dream. Bye.